Now, the only thing that I can think of is that you're
Mhm.
giving up your 8,700. A lot of people say you want to pull equity out of your home and maybe go buy an Airbnb or other properties and use that money and leverage it to get other properties like you were talking about to generate passive income.
Here's what we're talking about. Gina, you're exactly right again. Okay? So, what we're talking about is if you want to use your money in the right way, you want to make sure that you have designated how much of your money is going towards building your portfolio. Let's just say here we have this is a total of about $19,000 in the first year. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So here's what we're talking about. Let's just say every real estate investor I talk to says, Dad, I want to make sure that I'm putting my money out so it makes me more money. But then I ask, do you have a reserve fund that you can use to make repairs on your buildings? And what do they want to tell me, Ms. Gina?
Well, if they're smart, I mean, they do have a reserve fund for repairs.
Great. All right. So here's what we're doing. So let's just say, just like another real estate investor I know that has about 60 grand in savings for that purpose. And then I say, okay, it's in the bank making about 1/10 of 1%. Could you borrow from yourself that money instead of using the other money you want to invest? Keep investing at the same rate.
I see.
But let's
Yeah.
take some of this money that's sitting over here at the bank. It's making 1/10 of 1%. And I'm just picking a number out of the air, Miss Gina. So if we said, let's just say, for simplicity's sake, we borrow from ourselves out of that account, from the $60,000, $8,704.68. Apply it here, save $9,992.44 in interest, knock off 12 payments we never have to make, and our next payment is on line 13. Is that a good use of money that is sitting in the bank making 1/10 of 1%?
Yeah, that's much better use.
Here's my next question. I asked this real estate investor, with the amount of money that they've designated to put away for savings out of the rents they're receiving, how long would it take them to pay this back? If they told me it would take them about 4 months to put it back, could we then do it again?
Got it. Yes.
And gain equity at 4 to 5 times the regular rate? And you asked what would happen if we wanted to keep the loan for 4 or 5 years. If we did it the bank's way, we would pay this loan down by $46,000 in 5 years, but would pay $51,000 to do it. But if we were going to sell it in 5 years using this method, I'm just kind of, doing some, quick math in my head that puts us somewhere around here where we would have about $98,000 in equity for a lot less interest cost. Now you can sell it.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So you're building your equity a lot faster, but it's there in the home. If you do this, if you did need to pull it out for something, at least you're
Right,
making money on your money
right.
by
And you
saving this interest.
exactly. So you're getting equity at a much lower interest cost. So now I'm going to ask you the final question. Here it is. Looking at line 12. Now that
Mm-hmm.
you know this as a real estate investor, even though you know you'll need to put your money away to invest the money, not to pay down on any loan, but can you justify paying $19,000 out just to get $8,700 in equity? Can you justify that anymore?
Can I justify putting that 19,000?
Just to get $8,700 in equity. Can you justify that
Yeah.
anymore?
Doing it the way they want me to? No, but this makes
Yeah,
sense to for
yeah,
sure pay this
right.
ahead. Yes.
Yes, you don't want to do it their way anymore because here's what
No.
real estate investors have been doing prior to you coming to this stage. They've been counting this 10,000 $890.84 as the cost of doing business, and have
Wow.
just accepted it. And
They
don't you
didn't know how to
believe,
do that. Yeah.
exactly, don't you believe it's time out for that?
Yeah, I'm ready to stop doing it the old way. That's for sure.
Miss Gina, do you have any other questions for us today?
I don't. You guys are great. I'm so thankful I found this room. Wow. This has just been huge eye opener, and I so appreciate you and everybody. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
Don, for the folks that are in the room, if they want to get this detailed breakdown of their particular situation in terms of the month, year, and date they could be debt free, how can you get in touch with you?
listen, you want to go to ICE10K.com. ICE stands for Interest Cancellation Expert, folks. ICE10K.com. There's a button there that says Get a Savings and Earnings Report. Click the button, follow all the instructions so that you can get a code sent to your messages on your cell phone. Take the code and place the code in the website, and it will let you into the financial form. Put all your information in there, and then you will know the month, day, and year you can be debt free, how much interest you can save, and then how you can use that saved interest to reinvest into your wealth building system. So that's kind of where we're going. If you're a buy and hold investor, then we will help you to determine how you can cash out refi 7 to 9 years sooner at a much lower interest cost. So why, if you're looking at this loan here, I'm going to scroll down to $100,000. Let's say I want to take out $100,000, doing it the bank's way. It would take me over 10 years, cost me $98,000 in interest to do it. What if I could take out that $100,000 in equity out of this property and only pay about $20,000 to $25,000 instead? What could I do with the interest savings? I can reinvest those as well. I get the same equity. I get the same asset at a much lower interest cost when we're following the P.I.L.L method.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.